Many people think their car will easily last beyond 100,000 miles, but the harsh truth is that most cars break down early, not because of poor quality, but because of daily driving habits. Every time you start the engine, shift gears, or press the brake, you might be silently shaving thousands of miles off your car's lifespan without realizing it. This video will expose the bad habits, common misconceptions, and frequent mistakes that are quietly damaging your engine, transmission, and wallet. Comment number 1 and like this video, and I'll reveal something even more shocking. 1. Revving the engine right after a cold start. On cold mornings, many drivers start the engine and immediately rev the gas, thinking it wakes up the car and makes it run stronger. But the truth is, at this point, the engine oil is still thick from the low temperature and hasn't had time to circulate to critical components like pistons, camshafts, or bearings. Revving early causes metal-on-metal friction, wearing down parts in ways you can't see. According to Mobil 1 engineers, up to 90% of engine wear happens during a cold start. The damage starts small, but over thousands of starts, it significantly shortens your engine's life. The best approach is to let the car idle for 30 to 60 seconds, then drive gently, avoiding hard acceleration until the engine warms up. If you live in a cold climate, use synthetic oil as it flows better and lubricates more effectively at low temperatures. Don't let a few seconds of morning rush cost you thousands of dollars in engine overhauls later. 2. Skipping regular maintenance. Many people see the maintenance schedule in the owner's manual as just a suggestion, but it's actually the car's survival roadmap. Every time you delay an oil change, air filter replacement, or spark plug swap, small issues quietly grow. Worn spark plugs cause misfires, reducing power and increasing fuel consumption. Old coolant can corrode the radiator or head gasket. Dirty transmission fluid leads to clutch slipping and gear wear. All these maintenance tasks are rigorously tested by manufacturers to determine the optimal replacement timing. Yet, over 60% of drivers delay maintenance to save time or money, only to pay far more when major breakdowns occur. The smart move is to stick to the manufacturer's schedule, use apps or reminders on your phone, and keep receipts to boost resale value. Think of regular maintenance like brushing your car's teeth. Skip it a few times, and you're setting the stage for costly pain down the road. If this saves you money, comment number 2. 3. Using the wrong type of oil. Many drivers think oil is oil as long as you fill it up, but using the wrong type or viscosity can quietly shorten your engine's life. Each car, especially those with turbocharged or direct injection engines, requires oil with specific lubrication, heat resistance, and anti-sludge properties. For example, some Honda turbo engines are designed for 0W20 synthetic oil, while diesel trucks need oil with high zinc content. If you choose the cheapest option or mix different types, the oil film becomes less effective, causing metal parts to rub directly, generating excess heat, sludge, and carbon buildup. Over time, this clogs valves, burns oil, and can destroy the engine entirely. The simple solution: always use the oil type and standard recommended by the manufacturer, even if it costs a few extra bucks. The money saved on cheap oil won't compare to the thousands you'll spend on engine repairs. 4. Constantly riding the brake. Many drivers have a habit of resting their foot lightly on the brake pedal or tapping it constantly when going downhill or driving in heavy traffic. It sounds harmless, but this is a killer for brake pads, rotors, and even the transmission. When the pads are lightly pressed against the rotor, heat builds up, causing the surface to harden, glaze, and reducing braking effectiveness. Rotors can warp, leading to steering wheel vibrations. Even worse, automatic transmissions may constantly downshift due to brake signals, wearing out clutches and overheating transmission fluid. Over time, you'll face costs for replacing pads, rotors, or even overhauling the transmission, potentially thousands of dollars. The fix is simple: maintain a safe following distance to avoid constant braking. Use engine braking on descents, and lift your foot completely off the pedal when not slowing down. Changing this small habit today can extend the life of your braking and transmission systems by tens of thousands of miles. 5. Ignoring dashboard warning lights. Many drivers treat dashboard warning lights like decorative bulbs and keep driving as usual, but in reality, every lit icon is your car crying for help. The check engine light could signal ignition issues, sensor problems, or valve train malfunctions. An oil pressure warning means lubrication is critically low, and just seconds later, the engine could suffer severe wear. Even the battery light isn't harmless. It often indicates a failing alternator, which could leave your car dead on the road. With a $20 OBD2 scanner or a free check at an auto parts store, you can pinpoint the issue and address it early. Every mile you drive with a warning light on is a gamble, and in this game, the house always wins, meaning you lose with repair bills. Instead of ignoring them, see warning lights as a chance to save your car before costs skyrocket. Comment M if you agree with me. 6. Using cheap fuel or low-quality additives. Not all gasoline is the same, and choosing the wrong one can cost your engine dearly. Cheap fuel often lacks the necessary detergents to keep fuel injectors and valves clean, allowing carbon deposits to build up over time. At first, you might only notice the car feeling a bit sluggish, but over time, performance drops noticeably, and fuel consumption increases. Worse yet, some low-quality additives or high ethanol blends used in engines not designed for them can damage the fuel pump, clog injectors, and corrode internal components. Many drivers think saving a few cents per gallon is smart, but they're unknowingly planting a ticking time bomb in the engine bay. The solution is simple. Choose top-tier, certified fuel, read fuel labels carefully, and only use additives when recommended by the manufacturer. Cleaner fuel not only keeps your engine running smoothly, but also extends its life, reducing the risk of costly repairs down the road. 7. Overloading the vehicle. Every car has a maximum weight limit carefully calculated by the manufacturer, and exceeding it forces the entire system, from suspension and brakes to the transmission and cooling system, to strain under the pressure. When overloaded, brakes heat up faster and can fade, reducing stopping power. The suspension wears out quicker, tires wear unevenly, and the transmission works under constant high stress, risking overheating. Even the engine suffers, burning more fuel to haul the extra weight, which lowers efficiency. Many drivers underestimate the impact of adding a few extra passengers or items, but this habit causes breakdowns that can cost thousands to fix. The solution is to always check the maximum weight limit, GVWR or payload, in the owner's manual or on the door sticker and never exceed it, even for short trips. Keeping the load within limits is a simple but effective way to protect your car's lifespan. 8. Delaying oil or fluid changes. Engine oil, coolant, brake fluid, and transmission fluid aren't just lubricants or power transmitters. They also cool, prevent rust, flush out debris, and protect seals and gaskets. When you delay replacing them, these fluids lose their protective properties, becoming dirty and contaminated. This leads to corrosion, sludge buildup, and even blockages in the engine, transmission, and cooling system. Dirty transmission fluid can cause clutch slipping and jerky shifting. Old coolant loses its ability to prevent freezing or boiling, leading to overheating and cracked aluminum components. Even brake fluid contaminated with moisture can boil during hard braking, causing an immediate loss of brake pressure. Manufacturers set replacement intervals based on thousands of hours of testing, not to make money. Spending a few dozen bucks on timely fluid changes is far cheaper than thousands for an engine or transmission overhaul. 9. Hard acceleration with a cold engine. When the engine is cold, the oil hasn't reached its ideal temperature or viscosity to lubricate all internal components fully. At this stage, the gaps between metal parts haven't expanded evenly, and flooring the gas causes sudden friction, leading to direct metal-on-metal wear. Pistons, bearings, and camshafts all take a hit, accumulating tiny scratches that turn into serious damage over time. For turbocharged engines, early hard acceleration spikes heat and oil pressure, potentially causing sludge and clogged turbo oil lines. The simple but effective solution is to start the engine and let it idle gently for 1 to 2 minutes. Then keep RPMs below 3,000 until the engine reaches optimal temperature. Driving gently at first can add tens of thousands of miles to your engine's life. 10. Ignoring strange noises. Every unusual noise from your car is a warning signal, like your body signaling a problem. A clunking sound when turning could mean a worn CV joint. A squealing noise when braking might indicate worn brake pads, and a ticking in the engine bay could signal low oil or a faulty lifter. Many drivers dismiss these as no big deal or get used to them, but this negligence lets small issues grow into costly repairs worth thousands. The best approach is to note or record the odd sound, describe when it happens, and have a mechanic check it right away. Addressing it early not only saves money, but also keeps you safe on the road. With cars, ignoring strange noises is like ignoring your vehicle's cries for help. 11. Neglecting tire care. Tires are your car's only contact with the road, yet they're often overlooked in maintenance schedules. Unevenly worn tires, incorrect pressure, or improper balancing reduce traction, increase braking distance, and make the car less stable during sharp turns. Underinflated tires force the engine to work harder, burning more fuel and heating the tire walls, risking a blowout at high speeds. Rotate your tires every 6,000 to 8,000 miles, balance them regularly, and check pressure monthly with a manual gauge, not just relying on TPMS sensors. Investing a little time in tire care not only makes for a smoother ride and better fuel economy, but also protects your family's safety on every journey. 12. Using the wrong coolant. Coolant doesn't just keep the engine temperature stable, it also protects metal components, gaskets, and the cooling system from corrosion. But many drivers assume any coolant will do, and use whatever's available, even mixing different types. This is a dangerous mistake. Each car manufacturer designs engines with specific materials, requiring coolants with unique anti-corrosion additives and pH levels. Mixing incompatible coolants can cause additives to react, forming brown sludge that blocks the radiator, jams the water pump, and restricts heat flow. The result is rapid engine overheating, destroyed head gaskets, and repair costs in the thousands of dollars. Even using tap water instead of distilled water to dilute coolant leaves behind minerals that build up and cause internal rust. The solution is clear. Always use the exact coolant type recommended by the manufacturer. Never mix different types, and replace it on schedule. A $20 jug of coolant can protect an engine worth tens of thousands. Don't let carelessness turn it into a ticking time bomb in your engine bay. 13. Neglecting brake checks. Brakes are the most critical safety system on your car, yet they're often ignored until something goes wrong. Many drivers assume that as long as the car stops, the brakes are fine, but in reality, brake pads, rotors, and calipers wear down gradually, and problems creep up silently. When pads wear too thin, metal grinds directly on the rotor, causing a screeching noise and damaging the rotor surface in just a few presses. Warped or unevenly worn rotors make the car shake when braking, reducing stopping power and increasing the risk of losing control. Even worse, a stuck caliper can overheat a wheel, burning the pads or causing brake fluid pressure loss. Skipping regular checks is like gambling with your safety and that of others. The fix is simple. Listen for brake noises, watch for unusual signs, and check pad thickness and brake fluid condition every 6 months or 6,000 miles. Don't let faulty brakes turn an emergency into a disaster. When you need to stop fast, only good brakes can save you. 14. Letting the car sit unused for long periods. Many people think leaving a car idle will preserve its components, but the opposite is true. When a car sits for weeks or months, oil and lubricants settle to the bottom, leaving metal surfaces dry and prone to oxidation. The battery also slowly loses charge, potentially dying completely when you try to start the car, forcing you to replace it. Moisture in the air can rust brake rotors, causing pads to stick or squeal when you drive again. The fuel system isn't safe either. Old gasoline degrades, forming deposits that clog fuel injectors. And did you know? Rodents and insects love undisturbed cars. They can chew through wiring, causing unexpected damage. To avoid these issues, if you must leave the car unused, start the engine and drive it for a few minutes each week, or use a trickle charger to maintain the battery. Keep tires inflated to the correct pressure and protect the car from sun and rain. A little regular care ensures your car is ready to serve you anytime instead of turning into a rust bucket after just a few months of neglect. Like if you've made this mistake too. 15. Frequently letting the fuel tank run near empty. Many drivers have a habit of letting the fuel gauge hit the red line before refueling, thinking it saves time or maximizes every drop of gas. But this unknowingly kills your fuel pump. Fuel pumps are designed to be fully submerged in fuel, which cools and lubricates them during operation. When the tank is low, the pump sucks in more air, running hotter and wearing out faster. Over time, heat and friction damage the pump, leading to replacement costs that can reach hundreds of dollars in the US. Plus, fuel at the bottom of the tank often contains dirt and sediment accumulated over time. When levels are low, these contaminants are more likely to be sucked into the system, clogging injectors, reducing engine performance, and increasing the risk of breakdowns. Experienced mechanics advise keeping the tank at least a quarter full. This habit not only protects the fuel pump, but also ensures you don't get stranded during traffic or bad weather. A little proactive care today can save you from expensive repairs and unnecessary headaches later. Your car's ability to last beyond 100,000 miles depends entirely on how you treat it every day. Seemingly small habits like starting, accelerating, braking, or maintaining your car play a huge role in its lifespan and safety. The question is, how many of these mistakes have you made? Share your experiences in the comments below so we can all learn, because sometimes a small tip can save your car from costly damage. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with friends or family who want to keep their cars running at their best for years to come.